now going back to the very, very start, you were working on a different company before, and that was kind of the impetus for starting TeePublic. What's that story, and how do you guys get started?
Yeah, so my co-founder on TeePublic, Josh, started Busted Tees, College Humor, and Vimeo. He sold all of those companies to IAC in 2006, and fast forward 5 years later, he invested and he was getting ready to do something else. And that's around the time we met. I was coming off a failed marketplace startup. And he was interested in buying Busted Tees back from IAC. It was a failing company at that point, but thought that there was potential. Specifically potential to build it and grow it as a profitable business. So ultimately, we decided to do that deal, get Busted Tees out. We're saying, hey, we're not going to take venture. We're going to build this profitable brand. And we did that for 2 years, and it worked. We were able to double that business in that time. We sort of fixed the mistakes that had occurred under like a really large parent organization. But then it stalled out. It stopped growing, and it was pretty clear to us that the ceiling was capped. I think this is this is an inflection, Frank. Hashtag inflection. We knew at that point that unless we raised venture, this business wasn't going to go. And I think that's important to note because some businesses, some models, and some markets need venture. Like, we can't be honest and sit here and say, like, you don't need to raise venture ever. Like, you can always do this yourself. Like, that business at that time needed venture. What was happening in the market, going back to talk number one, Fab.com, was going crazy. Living Social was going crazy. This is like 2012, 2013. And all of these companies in the e-commerce marketplace are spending 80 cents on the dollar to acquire a customer. It's completely unsustainable. But nonetheless, this is the market that we're operating in. So like we have to live in this propped up, unsustainable, like ridiculous world. Like that's the deal. Philosophically, we didn't want to play that game. And so we said, what is the business that we could start that would be the antithesis to all of this, that would allow us to sort of stay true to our values and not raise venture? What would that look like? And what would the personality of that business be? And effectively, it needed to be a business where the acquisition channels were not paid. It would have to be an organic search, an organic social, unpaid machine. And ultimately, that led us down the path to ideating and coming to what TeePublic is.